Blessings, dear ones. We come to you today, the angels and I, to deliver another important message for those of you who feel an intimate struggle with self. And this will be reflected by an intimate struggle in a personal relationship. Know that this is a petite lesson, if you will. Know and remember that you live in a holographic universe, and 90% of what you will experience on the external will most likely be a reflection of the internal. Now, we say 90% because you do live in a consensus reality. So there is a 10% margin for that to interfere, let's say, or to affect, let's say. So we want to bring to your attention today the deeper nuance and the deeper meaning and the deeper medicine inside this internal struggle. We sense there are those of you, and this will not be for all of you, but we sense there is a number of you who are struggling whether or not to stay on this earthly plane because you are so advanced spiritually. There is a higher part of you that knows and understands that you could be of better service, and you would be of better service on the other side of the veil. Our channel contemplated this today as it is her birthday tomorrow, and people often will depart their bodies the day before their birthday or the day after their birthday, but usually it can be before. And there was another great male embodied teacher on this planet who left his body in the last 36 hours. And this is bringing this to the surface as well at this time. We won't mention his name, but those of you may know who he is. We do want to say that he is being escorted beautifully into the divine light, enhancing his divine purpose. This was a conscious exit on his behalf. There was no foul play, despite what some might propose. But it was a conscious choice at his soul level. So for those of you who find yourself in this inner tornado, and it might be a quiet tornado, but it just might be a subtle barking of the dogs in the basement, a subtle knocking at the door of your heart, a subtle pull from your soul, as life on this earthly plane is consistently challenging for your highly attuned, highly empathic, highly sensitive nervous system. Again, this is not for everyone, but those who this resonates with, we are obviously speaking to you about such a delicate subject matter. These are very challenging times on your earthly plane. We do want to say that, we do want to recognize that, and we do want you to feel our sincere empathy with this plight. Some of you carry, some of you feel, some of you embody. It truly is not easy, and we marvel at your work. We marvel at your consistency. We support you energetically. We hope that you feel our presence during your dark hours. If not, please call upon us and we will come as we will not interfere with your free choice and free will. And know that every morning when you wake, you sort of reset the spiritual clock, if you will. So it is a good habit to call in the higher self and your team in spirit and your guides and angels, whatever that means for you, when you wake each morning, as your channel does. This is proving to help her in her day-to-day tasks as she slays the spiritual dragons that we send her in a way that she has signed up for in a way. And there are those that are a surprise. For the maleficent beings are real. They will deter, they will interfere, they will distract. But we are in this time of discernment, and we invite you to call upon the Archangel Michael and his sword of discernment to determine what distractions in your life could be from these darker, malevolent energies. Psychic attacks are real, but they are an invitation for deeper work of discernment. You will have aspects of self that attack the self, and then you will have interferences, distortions, lies, curses, and hexes. And we invite you to participate in a clearing of this in the video that was posted 2 weeks ago. We believe our channel called it an activation. This will be a beautiful connection, download for you to clear your energy field of all static, noise, and distortion, and to start fresh and use it as many times as you wish, perhaps even each day. Think of it as flossing your energy field, like flossing your teeth. We sense that there is a lot up for debate within the self. We sense that there is a lot of mental chatter interfering with the soul's gnosis. We want to acknowledge this, as the chatter can be quite deceiving and can distort a lot of data. So please know this. Question what you hear. Question the thoughts. Question where they come from. Question, how do you really know? And spend more time in silence. Tune into your gnosis. Tune into your claircognizance. Tune into your clairsentience. Tune in to your clairaudience. And of course, always appreciate your clairvoyance. The clairvoyance tends to be the strongest and first clair that opens for many people. There is an enhancement of this going on the earthly plane at this time. So you might find that you might experience a greater clairvoyance, especially during dream space. You will be experiencing hyper dreams, as we call them, meaning they will be extremely high definition and be very viscerally real. And there will be deep medicine in these dreams. So please take the time to study them. Use Jungian analysis. Read until something resonates with you on dream interpretation. Native American wisdom can also be quite helpful during dream analysis with animals, symbology, as these archetypes are long and deep. We want to bring you a light language transmission today. We invite you to sit back and receive. We akataka-taka-ai, oi, akataka-taka-ai, oi, akataka-taka-ai, oi, akataka-taka-ai, oi. Please set an intention to release to the light anything that is no longer serving you today, across time, through time, and in time, in the past and in the future. Breathe. Please understand your gnosis. Accept your gnosis. Your gnosis is heightened, and your gnosis is very real. And it is because of this heightening of your gnosis, there is more turbulence. There is more distraction, more distortion, more psychic attacks, if you will. Potentially a horrendous event entering your human timeline. Know that this is all a part of the nefarious energies interfering with your gnosis. Protect and guard your heart. Protect and guard your gnosis. Protect your gnosis. Be extra discerning on who and what you spend your time on and with. We invite and suggest that you might even elevate your hermit mode, if you will. Our channel has been sensing this over the past few weeks, as we are sure many of you have. Allow your discernment to speak. Give gratitude for your discernment. Ask for greater discernment. Just sit back and receive. Set time aside to receive those downloads for when you feel fatigued and tired and very sleepy. Know that you are receiving a download and most likely integrating a download from earlier in the day. Please take the time to rest, putting your feet up, drink water. You do not have to sleep, but just rest, as the nervous system and the energy body and the spiritual body are working very hard. This is why you feel fatigued. It requires a lot of energy to integrate and release, for there is a natural surrender that happens for you to receive and integrate more gnosis. The surrender is the release. The surrender is a letting go, not a letting go of the ego, but a spiritual letting go. We trust that you find these transmissions helpful and useful. Please let us know in the comments if you have questions, if this resonates for you. Please share your experience of listening to these frequencies, receiving the downloads, integrating the downloads. How does the light language land with you? Our messages will be changing in the near future. We want your nervous systems to reset in a way before we bring in greater and deepening and more vast teachings through Magdalenism. This is going to be a structure for humanity. This is going to be a new path that will unfold, sort of like a school. It is much needed on this time as you have been entering into divine feminine, but has been very distorted. Your channel will be creating the structure. She will be assisting us and you in this. She has been initiated and trained for this work. As we said earlier, slaying another huge dragon in her personal life, over this past week. She sends you so much love. We can feel her. We send you so much love. The angels of blue and I. We have so much gratitude for you being here, sticking here with us through these sometimes different transmissions, let's say. Not your typical ones. But that's because this is a new frequency. It has never been brought to your planet before. We want to let you know that the color associated with this frequency is a magenta. A beautiful magenta. We will try and lend you this color through some of the visuals on your YouTube platform over the coming weeks as we perfect and fine-tune the frequency. The color will be healing. There will be a transmission in the color. Receive the color. Notice the color around you in your life. Perhaps bring magenta into and onto your altar or in your personal space any way you can. It is a very potent color. It is a very multi-dimensional color. It is a very anchoring color. And it is a color that is a great bridge to a higher attunement. You might dream in magenta too. We thank you again in advance for your support, for receiving us. We wish you a beautiful and blessed day. Mary and the angels of blue. Hi, everybody. This is Serenity. Wow, I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you for being here with me. And the second thing I wanted to say was I apologize for not posting a message last week. I was traveling. I think some of you have heard in some of the other videos, I am a corporate flight attendant, and I did 16 trips in 7 days. So I was quite busy and just not available to find a quiet moment to record. So thank you for your patience. And this was a different message today. I'm sure you felt it. Things are definitely picking up. Things have been changing in my personal life. I'm sure they have in yours. I've been a little bit surprised at what's been going on for me. Please share in the comments if you have found a similar thing. For me, it was something that I saw some red flags around, but I really didn't want to take a look at it. It was in my blind spot. I was avoiding it, but I'm grateful for the clarity because clarity feels so good to my soul, so good to my heart, and so good in my body. I don't know about you, but when I'm contracted because I'm in distortion or in denial, my body lets me know. My body gets very tight. So after finding some courage to take a look at this over the last few days, this afternoon, I went for a beautiful long walk in nature, and nature is so healing and grounding and clearing. And I connect with nature and speak with nature, and it just was able to really support me moving out this distortion from my energy field and also doing it on behalf of the collective as well. Sending prayers for those who need it. Don't we all need it? And also giving gratitude that we have this opportunity, this work, this time to make great shifts, great changes within ourselves, within our own consciousness. I firmly believe that a rising tide lifts all boats, which is why I continue to do this work. Even sometimes I have my own human doubts. And I have a lot of people around me saying no and sort of raising their eyebrows at things I'm doing. So I do a lot of this in private. There aren't many people in my immediate circle who I can share this with. So I appreciate you, your comments, your presence. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And please let me know if you have any questions. in the comments below. I've been integrating this download over the last 2 days, and I feel wonderful today. I hope you do as well. I wish you a beautiful Valentine's Day filled with love for yourself, love for the time that we are in, and gratitude for the challenges as they are opportunities for growth, and also discerning in love, the different types of love you feel for different people. I know this has been really coming up for me. Loving people sometimes from afar is much healthier than from a distance, and sometimes it's easier. And it's not done out of fear, it's done from a place of self-love. And perhaps we choose to do that from afar, and perhaps we choose to do that up close with somebody. But you can still have discernment. You can still protect your heart and serve that person while keeping some of your grace for yourself, because casting pearls to swine, as a famous scripture says, do not cast pearls to swine, is, I found to be very insightful, very true, very important, very valid, and a very supportive teaching. I had another teacher say to me, do not be sincere with the insincere. Again, being in that all-abiding love at the soul level, at the heart level, but also honoring and respecting your human journey, especially on a conscious spiritual path. I believe that so much of us here probably live with such an open and beautiful heart, and sometimes it can get us into trouble. So understanding that it's okay to take space, it's okay to love some people from afar, it's okay to give it time, it's okay not to rush yourself, it's okay not to put pressure on yourself, to be all things to all people, to love those closest to you who you've loved for so long. Perhaps some of that love needs to be given back to yourself, at the same time still loving them, but just sort of changing the equation a little bit, let's say, and asking God to love them and loving them from that godly presence, the all-abiding love, creation, through nature, through other light beings, through angels, asking all of the helpers in spirit to bring love to that person. May that person maybe be put to the front of the line for healing, as we've talked about before. Thank you again so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Infinite love and gratitude to you. I wish you a beautiful, peaceful day within, so you are reflected a beautiful and peaceful day without. Until next time.